And welcome back. This is Daybreak on Citizen TV. As often as we can here on Daybreak, we're going to be trying to bring you stories of people who've managed to turn their passions into profit. And since you just saw Willis Saburu stuffing his face on the other side, we're trying to get to the healthy portion of food and nutrition. So I have two entrepreneurs here who are going to share their story on how they started Terra Cold Pressed Juice and what that is all about. I'll have both of you guys introduce yourselves. We'll start right here.
My name is Irene Wanjiko. I am the production and I'd say operations manager at Terra Cold Pressed. Yes.
All right, welcome.
My name is Sulu Kamau, and I am the co-founder of Terra Cold Pressed.
Yeah.
And I work quite closely with Shiko daily.
You guys have a very interesting story about how you began this company, but we want to just establish what cold pressed juice actually is and how it differs from the regular stuff that we find, on the shelves in our supermarket.
So the difference is basically how the juice is made. So cold pressed juicing is made using a cold pressing machine. So it uses pressure plates to extract the juice versus centrifugal blades in a blender or a juicer. Mm-hmm. Basically, it provides the most amount of nutrients, and it gives less stress to the produce itself. So you exert less stress on your produce, meaning that you retain a lot of the nutrients in the juice itself. Mm-hmm. And then we add nothing to it either. So there's no added water, no preservatives. It's shelf life 3 to 4 days.
Oh,
and there's no added preservatives or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's basically the way the juice is made, and it keeps the produce cold as well. Yeah.
All right, so interesting story about how the two of you are related. I don't know who wants to give this to. Maybe you can give us a brief version of the story of how the two of you are related.
Sulu's husband is my cousin, and I found it when they introduced the idea of cold pressed juice to me. I was like, this is something new. This is something I hadn't really heard of. I only knew of like juices like Del Monte and everything else. So I thought this is something that is worth putting my time, my energy and everything into it, to see it grow. At the same time, to see people changing their lifestyles. Because nowadays, many people are trying to go the healthy way, but there's not so many options. Mm-hmm. So this is something that we have brought to make sure that people are covered.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also your backstory is quite interesting.
Yeah.
You're telling me off air about how you had a career in banking.
Correct.
Got your MBA.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you decided then to transition into starting this business.
I think entrepreneurship has always sort of been something we wanted to do at some point. So Ngede and I met in South Africa. He studied there. We worked for a few years, and I think now there's a transition. We want to come back home as such, and Kenya's home for us. His family is also here, and we just wanted to bring a piece of that part of our lives into the Kenyan market. It was difficult finding juice in Nairobi that was just pure, no added water.
So that was a part of your lives in South Africa.
Correct.
You guys were quite health conscious as a couple?
Very much so. Okay. So a lot of knowledge of what we put in our bodies. And cold pressed juice was easily accessible in South Africa. And I felt that Nairobi was discerning enough to understand the benefits once it was introduced to them. So there are a few, but not many. And we wanted to, at some point, we have these dreams of scaling up.
Right.
And we wanted easily accessible, not only to an expat market, but to local Kenyans who care about what they put in their bodies. And we thought this was an excellent idea. If we liked it, we figured everyone else would. Yeah.
How difficult is it in terms of like production, in terms of like sourcing the fruits and vegetables, I'm assuming, that go into these juices?
So Shiko will go into the production itself. For us, what we found was a barrier to entry was the machine. So the machine had to be imported, and we figured maybe that is why there hasn't been sufficient investment in this kind of product locally. But I think over time, with people finding out what it is and the benefits versus blending, we might see a lot more investment in that space.
That's another thing I wanted to bring up in terms of when you talk about juicing here in Kenya. We know put a bunch of fruits or whatever in a blender and that's that.
Yes.
So talk to us about the production of these particular juices.
So our production process, we've been lucky enough to get a a guy to source everything for us. So it's not really so hard for us. So the guy just brings the produce to us, and say every morning, early in the morning, and then we have like 4 or 5 ladies who deal in like the cleaning, the very sensitive things like cleaning and everything and preparation. And then so it's like it's a step-by-step process. So it's first of all the cleaning, and then the preparing of the recipes, and then on to the juicing side, and then the bottling. Yes.
So in terms of, you said 2 to 3 day shelf life. So you have to get these out quite quite quickly. Has that been a challenge at all?
I mean, we don't believe in wastage. So if we do have a few bottles that remain, we like to give those away to people we think are deserving, or people we think portray the lifestyle. And then I'll give some to my mother-in-law, and I'll force her to have a few. And we try and push it as much as we can. So we'll juice every day if we need to. I think recently we've had to juice every day.
So Monday to Saturday evening.
So these are not a meal replacement, correct?
We don't advocate meal replacement because we're not qualified nutritionists. But we have had a few trainers who are quite interested to know exactly what percentage of each ingredient is in there, and then they use them as cleansers for their clients.
Okay, so people can, so they're able to use them as cleansers.
Correct, with the advice of a nutritionist or a dietitian. Yes.
One criticism of cold pressed juice, you know, even internationally, I was just reading up on, is that people say that the cold press gets rid of the fiber, in the fruits and vegetables. And so what are your thoughts about that?
So I say there are other ways to get fiber into your system. My issue with fiber for a certain number of our ingredients, the kale, the celery, a lot of those have cellulose walls that you can't easily digest raw in any event. So it's like if you took spinach raw, not everybody can digest the cellulose in their raw form. So that is why we don't advocate them as meal replacements, but simply to have it instead of a soda, or have it instead of a boxed juice, or have it instead of whatever the restaurant has put in their juice, the sugar, the water, which is why we sort of advertise it in that manner.
So a healthier option.
It's a healthier option. It's a lifestyle change.
So you've got 5 flavors here. Can you tell us a little bit about some of them? What's in some of them? I see the green juice. I always stay away from green juice. The green juice. But what is in some of them?
So I'll take you through all of them. So this is called the urban beet. It has beetroot, orange, kale, and cucumber. So it's a mix of the 4. And the benefits are like kidney cleansing, energy booster, and like reduces your inflammations. And then the second one is the mean green. This is the green you don't like.
I know, I'm just scared of hardcore. I like it.
It's quite hardcore. So it's kale, cucumber, celery, apple, lemon, and ginger. Yes.
Again, no added sugars in
nothing at all. Fruit and vegetables have enough of everything. You don't need to add anything to it. That's how sort of we
Which is your most popular variety here?
Chico will tell you.
I'd tell you this one, because I find most people here liking sweet, something sweet. So this is the pineapple, cucumber, apple, and mint. This is what most people prefer. But even this one is also, it's a hit as well. So it's carrot, apple, ginger, and lemon. Yes.
So, you know, personally, you had spoke about, you know, just having a healthy lifestyle even before you started this business. So on average, how often do you drink these juices yourself?
So I normally, if I work out, I hope my trainer's not watching, if I'm working out, I like to take one before my workout. That's probably 3 times a week. And if I'm out, on a regular day elsewhere outside of Nairobi, if there was a cold pressed juice option, that's what I would have. And so that's why we're trying to get it to as many outlets as possible, so that it's an easy, accessible drink for everyone. But I would say on average, 3 to 4 times a week, I would have some.
How long have you been in existence as a business, and where are you available for people to access?
So we've been selling literally for 3 months.
3 months?
And we've been quite aggressive with getting the name out there and the whole purpose of this product. And then we are in a few of the gyms the Made in Kenya store at the Alchemist. We've recently gotten into Nairobi Garage in Westlands, and then we're looking at some of the embassies, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you deliver? Is that a service that you provide?
Yes, we do deliver.
Okay.
So we have, like, even actually I'd say on average most of our orders come from people who want us to deliver. So we've figured that's something many people want. So we'll just if a customer wants to place an order, they just call us or email or DM us, and then we receive their order, then we can send it.
So people can contact you online, and then you can set up their deliveries. How much are these juices?
If you order directly from us, it's $260.
Okay.
So it is sort of
on the higher end.
But we believe there are people who know it's a quality product and understand that it's premium because of the way it's made and the care that is put behind the making of each bottle. So 260 hasn't been an issue for many of our customers. It's been well received.
Yeah, when you talk about turning your passion into profit, what's the one word of advice you would give to a upcoming entrepreneur, someone watching thinking of?
I think you cannot go into it purely for the purpose of making money, because there are days when it becomes really difficult and only your passion wakes you up in the morning or picks you up after a retail outlet has said no thanks, or you can't find the right oil for your machine, and your hydraulics are making a sound. Or the printing comes out and it's incorrect, and you have a function event tomorrow. Only your passion gets you through those. Yesterday we had a client who ordered, and somehow we missed the order, and we're very good with our orders. We've done hundreds. And just to be able to think on your feet and make sure that you turn that into a positive experience for them.
And not give up, right? Because that's part of the whole process, that there will be those days.
Correct. Yeah, it's not going to be fun and games every day.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming. Very well put together with your product and your presentation.
Thank you so much.
Give us your social media, contact information, any last tidbits that you want to share with people watching.
So we are on Instagram, Terra Cold Pressed. It's at Terra Cold Pressed.
Terra spelled
TERRA, Cold Pressed, one word. And you can DM us. We've got our number on there and our email address. And we have a new website, which is www.terralifestylecompany.com.
Okay.
And on there you can also pick your juice and order.
All right. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Wish you all the best. And of course, if you have any questions or comments that we haven't covered here about cold pressed juice, you can contact them on social media, and hopefully they'll be able to give you some answers. That is our Passion to Profit interview for today. Wahika Moira is on the other side of the studio.